Okay, sorry about that. I forgot to empty my secure digital card and it ran out of memory. So here we are, back to step 3. This will be, I should really learn some basics on editing footage so I don't have to break these up into so many stages. But anyway, on this scene here, I just stamped out all of the layers of imagery in the foreground like that. It makes for kind of a nice, rich surface. We have that texture going on in the sky. Now, just to go on and add in some of this additional texture, I'm going on again with the white pen. And what this really represents, I don't know, let me try to zoom in here. You can kind of see what's going on and how that might look. This is a fairly big scene, so I'm kind of mixing up this texture, doing larger dots here and there. And this looks really fantastic in my opinion against that textured background. We have the variation of values in terms of the ink. There's a lot of texture back here and kind of a random, somewhat random, you know, bleached out surface, you know, in terms of the splatter of paint. Not paint, but water. And going on with this white paint pen kind of adds in, you know, yet another layer of potential visual interest in terms of a having some varied surface quality. Okay. I think what this is, for me, as far as these dots go, it kind of represents, I don't know, kind of bands of stars, I guess you can say. I was starting to add quite a bit of them here, so I'm going to leave some area, you know, with none, just so that, you know, as my design teacher used to say, you know, you got to give people, you know, a place in which to rest, you know, in terms of their eye. Well, this scene is fairly busy, but these dots can make it even more so. So I'll try to leave some areas, you know, without any, you know, so that your eye can rest. Okay. Trying to carry this band of stars kind of right along here, kind of moving up this way, kind of have it going in at an angle, or like an S curve, you know, that would be kind of nice maybe. I'm saying, why not go in here? So there's some of these big splatters in the background, so I'm saying, why not? Let's add some of these really large dots too. I think this scene You know, if you do like these huge dots, in some scenes maybe that would be just too much. But on a scene like this, I think it can certainly handle it. Okay, now, let's see, how about over here? Kind of nothing going on there. A couple things here and there. Okay, on some of these branches down here, kind of like dew or something. And I'm going to put a few little dots like they're little bits of moisture being illuminated by that kind of glowing light in the background. This will make some of these things, yeah, I don't know, it doesn't really make them stand out, but kind of you have this kind of little glistening object, you know, in the tight detail. It can perhaps add, you know, a little bit more interest, you know, to that little space, I guess. And actually, it looks pretty good on some of these Versafine whites too. The Versafine white isn't exactly, you know, completely opaque. I'll show you this in a minute, where I'll zoom in. This can add a little bit more body to these branches. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay. Let's see if I can get it to focus, coming into focus a little bit more. Yeah, it's a little blurry. I'm trying to get my okay. So anyways, you can see kind of where I've added a couple little dots here and there along that branch. Let's see if I can get extreme close-up. I don't know, this isn't getting me a very good close-up here, but I don't know if you can see it down there. Put some more on some of these branches, I guess. Or these little blooms, I guess, or whatever they are. Okay, little flowers. Okay. Color box. Pigment ink. Let's get some of these stars to stand out a little bit more. I'm going to take my cotton swab, dab it in there, like so, okay. And, okay, I'm going to try to get some of these stars to stand out in terms of glowing a little bit more. I'm just going to dab lightly around a few of these stars. And hopefully that creates this little glow and differentiates some of those dots from the rest of them around them. So they're a little bit softer. More glowing. So you can get some variation within, you know, the tiniest of details here and there. That eagle could be an opportunity for this pigment ink as well. It's a flat image right now, it's a silhouette, but it is in the light there. Now, I wasn't planning on that or something like that, but since it is there, I can add in a little bit of this pigment ink underneath it, like it's being underlit by the light that's underneath it, and perhaps go for a little bit of variation within the, I guess it's the focal point of the scene. Okay, now let me hold this up so you can see what I've been doing here. It's too much ink. Okay. Okay, you can see these stars. You see these stars? Some of them are kind of glowing, kind of right in here. That one down there. See how it's different from the one right next to it? And you can see the underside of that bird. Here, here. This one out here. So you get kind of a nice, rich, glowing surface. See that little star down here and here. These two, that little tiny bit there. Okay. Kind of a different look. And just like the lesson I did yesterday, I put on some photo stickers, and kind of while I was in between that part 1 and part 2, it gave me a chance to make a mat for this scene. You can see on the back of this card here where I've sprayed it with water, you can see where it really kind of soaked through, so you can see the pattern there, that spray pattern. Soaked right through to the bottom of the piece of paper. Okay, here's just 5 photo stickers that I put here. And here's a scene, here's a 1, 2, 3, 4 mats here. And I've done a kind of a light, thin Stardream blue to kind of mimic what's going on in these thin branches down here. Kind of brings them out. And then I did this double mat of the Stardream around here. Again, just to kind of pull out some of the those little stars in the background. Let's see, I'm going to throw down some white here so you can see better. Background, create a little bit of contrast. So anyway, no idea on a working title for this scene yet, but some different techniques in here. You can kind of spray for different textures, and also the multiple foreground impressions done in both a light color to recede in the background, black, you know, to create some contrast between the background, and also in the reverse white to stand up against the darker areas. So the black stands out against the light, the white stands out against the black when you have that, you know, that full range of values already set by the tones that you run into the background. And we have crisp and soft highlights in the embellishments. Alright. So anyways, that's the scene for you. It's pretty fast, you know, when you have all those, you know, just these general swatch going into the background. This is, what, 1, 2, 3 stamps. Could have been 2, but I used the prickly branches as well as the curvy branches. But, you know, the scene could, in theory, be a 2-stamp scene. And, you know, that's if you wanted the eagle right there. Eagle could have came out of there. You can, in theory, have a 1-stamp project right here, but you get a lot of variation just the way, you know, in the way you use it. Okay, so in this case, 3 stamps, and I don't know, that's the scene. Thanks as always for watching, and hope you enjoyed the card.